Kevin, well done. A 4th straight win and a 5th straight win at home, a very assured performance. How would you rate that result and performance?
The result's good. Again, scored 3 goals with a clean sheet. You know, loads positive. Lewis Doyle coming on from the 21s, who's been doing well. So plenty of positives to take. Great goal from Gilly just to get us going. Really to start the first 15-20 minutes a bit flat again, and that's something. Again, we're not too critical of the team. We wanted to really come out and start games really on the front foot, and he took that goal to really get us going again. A bit of quality, you know, a striker full of confidence, which then we followed up with. So again, it was first half it wasn't the best spectacle, should we say, but just we controlled the game. I think that's the most important thing. First half limited them to a few opportunities from crosses, and the lads, there's a feeling in there. They want to get better all the time. They're not quite happy coming in at 1-0 and stuff. So we have to kind of manage that, myself and John, and you know, manage the game and manage the players and calm them down sometimes, because they're desperate to do well and succeed, which is you know, a great thing to have in there. So it's just kind of, you know, calming it down at times and refocusing and stuff, and you know, defended really well at times when we had to. So you know, pleased to get the goals again, some quality goals in there. Probably could have had 4 or 5. That's again a little criticism of them. That's the kind of demands that we're trying to put on the players as a group, and demands on ourselves as staff. And you know, we want to keep building on the great run that we're having. So you know, pleased again with the attitude of the players, everything they're putting into the game. A heavy pitch. You know, we had to deal with 1 or 2 tackles flying around as well, and you know, picked up a couple of injuries, which is the only negative really, but we'll manage that now and make sure we're looking after the players in the next 48 hours and prepare for Tuesday.
You mentioned the goals. The team as a whole is playing well, but there's real individual quality in the team, and that was highlighted by Jason's goal and Dion's goal as well. How good were those goals, and how pleasing is it to see players able to express themselves like that?
I think that's, you know, trying to, you know, we're looking at recruitment, the players that we're bringing in, everyone brings something. We want to try and tick all the boxes that we want to tick to try and get the club moving forward and ultimately go for promotion. So we have a core of hard-working Grits, and you try and sprinkle with a bit of quality. That's why we, as I said, leading into the game, we work so hard on the recruitment side of things and making sure we identify the right players, and really, you know, the backing of the board and everyone, the scouting department, the knowledge that everybody brings, the players recommending players. It's all a process really to get those players identified, settled into the team, and trying to believe in what we're trying to build here. So there's no doubt we've got quality. We're scoring a lot of goals at the minute. It's pleasing to get the clean sheet as well for John and the lads there, but that's down to everyone working really hard as a team. You know, players coming off injured, players filling in. It's just that kind of attitude we're trying to really put around the team. But we've got individual players that can win games for us, so, and that will strike fear into opposition and stuff. And you know, see Dion's goal there. We changed it a couple of minutes before, and it was nice for us as staff to get that right and made the decisions that have come off for us today. So we've got flexibility within the team as well, which is good. Players, you know, being asked to play different formations for whatever reason, injuries, whatever it is, and we're trying to bring that into the team as well. So it's good to see.
It's fair to say there was a bit of an undercurrent during the game with a few of the challenges that have gone in. Jason was on the end of a few of them. He's been substituted, and so was David Morgan. How are they?
Well, it's just a case of assessing really. Getting the treatment now. We'll assess them tomorrow. We'll be on Monday preparing and trying to see how they are. Patch them up if we can. If not, we'll have more idea at the start of the week. So over the next 48 hours, it's a case of just, as I say, we've been for a little warm down, stretching, you know, the ice baths, food, all those kind of things that we're trying to really bring into the club will give us the best chance of putting the best team out on Tuesday. So we know with the players going back on loan, Jack Sampson picked up an injury in the week that we're a little bit light, but it was great to have a couple of young lads on the bench as well. Lewis came on and did really well. They're giving him a bit of stick, but he's pinched the goal off in there. So, but you know, that's what we're trying to do as a club, bring everyone together, the alignment of the club. It's great for them to go on and make their debuts. Tom Fagan in there, who's impressed me with his attitude and stuff since I've been at the club. He gets his opportunity to be involved with the first team. So again, that's a good thing for the club. But we know that between, you know, now and the 22nd, we do need some help in terms of 1 or 2 bodies to come in and just to give us that strength of squad and the competition for places still, which we've had since I've been here, that we can really finish the last 10 games as strong as we can. So it's brilliant in there at the minute. You know, even after the game, 1 or 2 players, you know, they're at each other because of the demands and stuff like I said before. And that's the kind of mentality that we're building within the squad and around the club. So I think it's been a big change. I think since the start of the year in terms of that. And and everyone can feel the changes coming on and excited by what's going on at the club at the moment, on and off the pitch.
Can you just give us a few more details in terms of the injuries that Jason and David had picked up, and also the one that kept Jack Sampson out today as well?
Yeah, Jack was he just rolled his ankle, so a bit of ligament damage, quite a lot of swelling and bruising that's come out over the last few days. Be touch and go whether he's fit for Tuesday. Again, we'll see him on Monday and take the advice of the physio. So he's desperate. He was gutted to miss today because he's been in such good form himself. But you know, an opportunity for Dan to come in and do his little things. He's been good since he's come back as well. So we'll have a look at him on Monday, Tuesday, assess him and make a decision on him. Jason got a bit of a kick in the first half on his ankle, and then the tackling, and his braking was a poor challenge, I think. And hopefully that's just a contact injury, a bit of a knee or a kick on his shin, a bit of bruising there again. Hopefully, confident he'll be fit. I think Morris could be a little bit more serious. Just a bit of a tight hamstring, I think. And he felt I asked him a couple of minutes before, and actually said it was all right, and then he's gone on and run and just felt it a little bit. So he could be one that's probably doubtful for Tuesday, I would definitely say.
You touched on Lewis Doyle. Great to see him involved in the third goal and contribute some really good work to that as well. Yeah,
definitely. I think, like I say, he's been a player that's come in and out of the squad. Obviously, with the change to mornings, we've not seen as much of him. He has linked up with Atherton Coles and Michael Clegg, who's a friend of mine there. He's well thought of, I think, around the non-league scene. Lewis Doyle is impressed. You can see why today when he came on. So no issue with him having to come on. Like I say, in football, opportunities come through injuries or whatever it is, and he took his chance, and he was really good. So he has got an agreement with Atherton Coles, but again, we'll have a conversation with them, and hopefully we can get him involved again next week. But a conversation to be had on that.
Yeah. Just to touch on Jason again, I know the injury has kind of taken the gloss off things maybe a bit, but he's in really good form at the moment. He's been rewarded with an England C call-up and Player of the Month for February as well. The role he kind of plays at the moment, he seems to start on the left, and as he showed with the goal, he cuts in and obviously did that to lethal effect today.
Yeah.
Can you kind of talk us through the role that you've kind of developed for him and the role he kind of plays on the left of those three?
Yeah, I think from our point of view, you want to get all the best players playing, and we've got a lot of good players, that we've signed. And there's a real strong competition for places. So Jack's been asked to play out there for a few games before that, and I kind of have conversations with Jack. I want him to be the point of attack, so he's played there. And Gilly kind of plays a little role where he's not an out-and-out winger. We want to get him coming in and linking, and then we've got the out-and-out pace and directness of the likes of Dion and Adam Dawson, who can play out wide and provide him to come in and get in good positions to score goals. I think that's 6 he might have scored from that position, and he'd probably prefer to play down the middle and not have to do the defensive side of things, but it's all part of developing as a player, because the higher he plays, he'll be asked to play in certain positions and do a job for the team. So for someone that's so young, the way he's scoring goals, the different kind of goals that he's scoring, header a couple of weeks ago, a goal from the edge of the box, he can score both-footed heading goals as well. So he's got the whole lot, and he can only get better. And I think coming in and working with us on a more full-time basis as well, which is close to being agreed, I think he'll only get better, and that'll be better for the club and better for him. And he deserves everything he's got this month with the recognition of England, seeing his Player of the Month award, and he deserves it. And he's playing in a good team that will provide lots of chance for him, so I'm sure he's pleased about that as well.
And just to finish off with an update on a couple of players, I think 3 loan players here had their loans finished this week. Mecky McLeod, Ross Sykes and Caleb Richards. Was that just a case of they weren't getting the game time to really justify them being here? And are there any updates on loan players who are out at other clubs at the moment?
Yeah, again, we know Ross Sykes obviously agreed to come back in, and I think I've spoken to him quite a lot since he's agreed to go back. Just a little bit frustrated, and the conversation was similar to Mecky as well, that because the team have done well, we're not letting in many goals, we're scoring lots of goals, and it's difficult for players to come in. And I think that's, as I said before, a testament to the quality that we now have within the squad. We're still looking to improve, obviously, and build a squad for the rest of this season. Try and bring 1, 2, 3 in to bolster the squad, so that again we can finish this season really strongly. But we're always looking to build for next year as well, so that's ongoing, that's an everyday thing. Recruitment meeting we had again this week is trying to identify a few targets to make this team better, and I think we can improve on what we've got already, which is a lot of good quality players. So we're hopeful that we can, the deadline's the 22nd, that we can have 1 or 2 in before that deadline, but again for me it has to be the right one. I think we're not just going to bring players in just to make up the numbers. You have to be at a certain standard because of what the standards that those players have set now. So that's ongoing. It's constantly, the recruitment side's it's a constant thing. Going out watching games, the scouts that we have out, 4 or 5 scouts watching games today. There's a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes that we identify the right ones, monitor them, and then myself and John can make a decision on the end, and then it's down to the board and stuff to see if we can get the deals done. So hopeful. We've got 1 or 2 potentials maybe before Tuesday, and we'll have to see if we can get those deals over the line.
Another good win today. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.